My favorite glam look from the video, I would have to say in the Spa of Honey. I love how it's like a simple back bun, but then there's also like a braided crown over my head. I felt like Khaleesi until I took it off. Hey Allure, it's your girl Chloe Bailey and welcome to my beauty evolution.
Mama said you're a pretty girl, it's in your head.
Sis and I love this song, Pretty Hurts, so much from Beyonce's self-titled album. This was like her surprise drop, and mind you, I'm like the biggest Beyonce fan and I was just so excited. And Halle and I were like, okay, we're gonna do Pretty Hurts. At this time, we've done like maybe 5 covers of her song, so it was pretty routine to pick our favorite Beyonce one. But this one specifically resonated with us because it's all about body image and how you perceive yourself. We were in our home in Los Angeles, in Studio City. The backdrop was this dresser. We were sitting on the floor. I had my keyboard on the floor and we did like 10 to 15 takes of it. And we loved it so much and we just uploaded it, not really thinking so much about it. The purple eyeshadow I had going on and the matching shirts, that was a little rough, but it worked, I guess. This performance, I remember so clearly. This was one of our tennis court productions of Forgive Me and Do It for the BET Awards. It was freezing that night. We had 2 different sets. It was so much fun. I remember coming up with that choreography like 2 hours before the performance. This was when Sis and I did our own hair and makeup for this performance. This was like when I was learning how to do a winged liner and putting on a lash. I'm great at overlining my lips with the gloss. That's my favorite thing to do. And I think I'm really good at my brow. I like making it a little bit thicker to frame my face, and I love doing that. I love having fun with experimenting and styling my locks, and like Tanisha and Fessa and Dr. Carey, like those are just some of the few hairstylists that we constantly work with to like experiment and try new and different styles. I'm like, just because we have locks, we shouldn't hold ourselves in a box. I like to play. I like to add little weaves sometimes. I like to wrap my hair in blonde hair sometimes, so it like gives me a different look and I don't ruin my natural hair with bleach. So it's like fun to play and it's like doing a different role. Performing for Tiny Desk was always a dream of ours, and it always has been before the pandemic. Tiny Desk pulled through. They asked us to do it. I was so happy. Sis and I did our own hair and makeup for that performance. We originally weren't gonna wear sweats. Sis had walked into soundcheck with that outfit on, and our stylist at the time was like, you know what, let's keep it chill since we're sitting on a desk. So I just had a sweatsuit and a hoodie, and Sis kept what she had on, and we did it.
Say he like that Laffy Taffy. He's so goofy, call me daddy. He goes stupid, he go daffy. Introduce me to his pappy.
Have Mercy was my very first solo music video, and I was so nervous. I was like, what can we do? And I have the best creative team ever. Shout out to Parkwood. And, you know, Andrew and I, we were like, okay, we see pink when we hear this song. And I was like, well, I want like some dark twist because I always love narratives to stories. And, you know, I had this quick vision in my head of like me with blonde locks all wrapped around my body. And I was like, what if we do like this Medusa type thing where like, you know, men over sexualize us, but like when we do it, it's an issue. But I was like, we can turn men to stone. Like we lure them in and then turn them into stone. That's us taking our strength and our power back when it comes to our sexuality and our bodies and owning it in the confidence. So I definitely wanted Have Mercy to feel fun and bright and pink. And I love anything that sparkles. So of course I was very happy that I got to do a glitter eyeshadow. The use of crowns was definitely supposed to signify being a goddess and like the mother witch Medusa in the video. We are all queens, ladies. And I felt like it was important to establish that we realize that power within ourselves.
You know you go broke trying to handle me. Take it from someone who know how to handle me. I'ma need that real grown kind of energy. Do you know?
Treat Me is inspired by loving myself. And like, I love how it starts off with me and the leopard. And I kind of think of the leopard as like a strong cat, right? We're fearless and powerful. And then definitely going into the spa and the bath of honey. We're treat ladies. We're very sweet and seductive. And that was so much fun to do. And I think my favorite scene is the shower scene at the end where I'm like washing off all the stickiness off and I'm having so much fun. It was so many takes in the rain and it was just the best with like the white winged liner and it was waterproof. We did so many tests to make sure it wouldn't smear all over my face. My favorite glam look from the video, I would have to say in the Spa of Honey. I love how it's like a simple back bun, but then there's also like a braided crown over my head. I felt like Khaleesi until I took it off. To be a solo artist, it feels definitely scary. It's like I'm finding myself through it. And it's something I've always wanted to do since I was a little girl because I just really, really love performing, but it's hard actually doing it and believing in yourself. And I look back, I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. Am I doing it? Thank you, Allure, for joining me on my beauty evolution.